Travis, and you're watching the Evercade Effect.
Oh yeah, welcome to the Evercade Effect. This is Ed. Today we're going to talk about, should you buy Evercade carts on the Songbird? I'm going to go ahead and share my own experiences, and hopefully at the end of the video, you can make up the decision for yourself. I've been talking about this on Evercast, kind of on and off, and live streaming, and so I thought it was time to make a dedicated video. First, let me give you some context. So I went ahead and I ordered, Windjammers. You can see 6290. I believe that was back in April, and then 7390. I went ahead and I ordered the Genejoke cart and the Roguecraft DX carts. They're June 8th. So you can see, there's the cost of the difference. I went ahead and I ordered this initially when it first came out back in April. There was like a limited pre-order window. And then I thought, yeah, that's cool. Songbird is honoring the initial prices for people to back them. Or are they? We'll get that in a little bit. So I went ahead and I ordered the second set. I went ahead and I checked Castlemania games. And actually, I saw that they were cheaper. We'll get to that here in a little bit. If you bought the bundle, unfortunately, there weren't any bundles with Songbird. So I got an email sent to me, my original email address before I changed it. I almost missed it, which is kind of weird. And I did change it to the Evercade Effect later on. We'll get in that here to a moment. So here's the email that I was sent. It said, "Hi, Edward. The following note has been added to your order. Due to factors beyond our control, the Evercade releases for June have gone up in price. Songbird will cover a portion of the cost of the cartridges, but we need your help for the rest." And what sounds like a fundraising thing. "Please read the update here on how you can pay the balance due for your order, blah, 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 blah." And actually, I almost missed that email because I wasn't thinking to go ahead and check it. Luckily, I did. So let me go ahead. Let me bring up exactly what I'm talking about here. There we go. There we go. So you click on that, and it looks like it's a newsletter. It's like, okay, you scroll down, talking to the new Evercade, blah blah blah. So you're like, what's this? Why'd they have me go here? What change? Oh, update for pre-orders placed before June. I'm like, clearly they're not gonna come back to the customers that spent the money then and all that, and that supported Songbird. And keep in mind, we'll get to this in a second. So they say payment due $5, now $32.95. Okay, payment due $0, right? Because that one, I guess it was already like $30, and so they'll pay the $3, and that's what they kind of say here. They'll pay a portion. They'll pay a portion of it. Blah blah blah. You can PayPal them here. It says note payment is required before we can ship your order. If you're not sure what you owe, just contact us. Kind of weird, right? Well, I was miffed. I was in the middle of a stream. I was, had to pause the stream to go to the bathroom for stomach problems. I was looking at my email, and I was livid because I was like, listen, I paid with said credit card. You took said money. You can't come back and ask me for more. That's really bad customer service. I mean, that's the cost of business. I'm sorry. But you just have to eat that cost. And I was like, what do I do? I wasn't sure. I swear if I could have hit a cancel button, I probably would have. I looked at Castlemania games, and actually they're cheaper with the bundle. And, again, like I said, we'll get to that. So some people were saying, you should just tell them, do you know who I am? Or get out your quill pen and write them a well-worded email. And I did. And another thing I want to say, that when I place these orders, like with Video Games Plus and whatnot, I don't use my Evercade Effect email address. I don't let people know who I am. I don't want to be any special treatment, but in this case, I did change it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to play the YouTuber card. I kind of felt that I needed to be taken seriously, and so this is what I said. This is the first part of the email here. I said, "Hi, Carl. I'm writing you today with some concerns regarding a recent transaction. I've heard excellent things about your company's customer service, and hope it's a simple misunderstanding." Oh yeah. And by the way, I titled this email, I called it "Regarding Order Yada Yada and Recent Clawback Request." Yes, because this is a clawback. And then I said, on April 6, 2025, I placed order number blank for Evercade carts, and payment was successfully processed. Recently, I placed second order number blank for additional carts. I was surprised to learn that you're now requesting a $5 clawback related to the purchase in April, as the initial transaction was completed and paid for. I believe this is the cost of doing business to honor the original price, expecting a customer to bear the additional cost after the transaction. after the completed transaction is, in my opinion, not good customer service. As a small content creator with a YouTube channel, there's my channel, youtube.com at Evercade Effect. I've been actively recommending your company as a reliable U.S. reseller to my viewers. If you are unable to order number blank, I request that you cancel both order number blank and order blank for a full refund. I would unfortunately need to take my business to a competitor, such as Castlevania Games, and I showed them the screenshots. I'll get to that here in a moment. I took screenshots of the site, who offers Evercade bundles at a competitive price. I would also, in good faith, advise my audience accordingly. Thank you for your time to this matter. I look forward to a prompt resolution. Sincerely, Ed. So then we go to the second page. Yeah. And then I also added I put sincerely Ed twice. I added this. I wanted him to know, like, hey, I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass. This is what they're offering. They've got bundles. They discounted the second one to be normal and all that. So I wanted to be firm, but I didn't want to come off like a total toolbox. But I just wanted to let them know, like, hey, I feel you're doing me wrong. And I have talked about and preached Songbird for a while, told people this is who I'm ordering from. They probably had no idea that, but still, I felt an injustice. So let's see what Carl said. Did he tell me to go pound sand, or did he make this? What did he make this right? And we'll kind of go ahead and we'll unpack that. And he said, "Hi Ed, thanks for the email. Here's some more context to what happened. I opened pre-orders in the official date, anticipating the Evercade team would have the same pricing structure, both retail and wholesale, as before. I did this to provide a service to the USA Evercade community to give them assurance that Songbird would continue to offer Evercade products." Awesome. Totally get it. Makes sense. Trying to help, offers, totally get it, dude. Then 6 weeks later, the Evercade team raised both the retail price and the wholesale price. This was not my choice, as I would have been happy to supply the original price. Again, totally get it. That's awesome. This has been stressful. This has been stressful for me, just as it has been for you. Yeah, okay. I don't enjoy coming back to my customers asking for a price adjustment. You may not realize that. No, dude, I totally get it. But Songbird is a one-man operation, and it's just a side gig for me. Okay, I wasn't sure. So I do what I can for the retro community, but this is the case. Okay. We'll talk about this. I'm not prepared to lose thousands of dollars on Evercade merchandise. Let's talk about. We'll get back to that. Regardless of whether you made the price adjustment, I'm marking this as paid up. I promise no hard feelings. Life is too short for that. Awesome. Totally cool. Although there is kind of the guilt regardless of whether you pay the adjustment price. Passive aggressive there. Whatever. And then, okay, good. I didn't get the second part. Then I just said, Carl, thanks for the explanation honoring the original price. I appreciate it. There are no hard feelings on my end. I'm looking forward to receiving the cards. Totally all true. And that's how I feel. So the only thing, again, so the one thing I want to question is when he said losing thousands of dollars. So let's unpack that, right? So thousands. So let's say either, let's say he's exaggerating, so thousands, I'll take that to mean plural, 2,000. So by losing $5 per order, so are you telling me that there were 400 orders placed? Because 400 times 5 is 2,000. Are you telling me that? Even if, let's say, it was just 1,000, that's 200 orders. I mean, that's awesome. That's incredible that they went ahead and sold that much. But still, though, I mean, I understand, yes, you would be losing some money, but come on. And, again, and I doubt that many people pre-ordered within, I think it was like 1 or 2 weeks it was open. Again, I could be totally wrong. I know the numbers. I doubt that many people would have pre-ordered. Fine. I totally get it. The dude's a one-man operation, doesn't want to lose money. Sure. That's fine. But if this was a no, I would have said, just cancel it. I'm going to go some elsewhere. And if Castlevania Games was sold out, I would have gone directly to Fun Stock, and I would have paid even more money, just based off of principle. So, Carl, you still have my business. I appreciate you for making it right, despite the passive aggressiveness. Like I said, no hard feelings here. But yeah, I can now recommend them as a seller since they made it right. All I can say is Video Games Plus would never have done that. They would have honored the original price. They wouldn't have gone back. Video Games Plus, rest in peace. I miss you. I wish you'd come back selling Evercade products again. Excellent customer service, great price. But since we don't have Video Games Plus anymore, I couldn't, like I said, I can recommend Songbird. And yeah, we'll just see. As long as I get my carts on time and they're fully functional, I'll be 100% happy. And I've already gone ahead and ordered the next carts. And as long as that goes good, Songbird is still won me over a customer. Let me know in the comments below what you would have done in this situation. Who are you ordering your Evercade carts from if you're in North America? I'd really like to know. And yeah, again, Morley, I am sorry. I didn't have time to end you the end credits, so I figured I would give you a shout out here. So just imagine, that your name is under the super supporters. Thank you so much, channel members. Thanks so much, everyone, for walking your dog, for watching. And if you happen to stumble here to the YouTubeverse, I'd appreciate you consider subscribing, liking, all that good YouTube stuff. Thank you, and bye-bye. Thanks, Crashline, Immortal Sojourn, Amber Cummings, Joe Whitlush, Alex Groot.